And welcome. Hope you're having a good time with your family and friends and liking these sessions. In today's video, Naja, I'm here to discuss search protection within Microsoft Fabric. So, if you remember in our last video, we discussed smoothing as well as a bursting feature. So, whether you're utilizing smoothing, bursting, or even search protection, which is by the way in preview, all these options are there to make sure you're getting the best value out of your Fabric capacity deployed at the optimized performance. The only difference here is that with search protection, there are certain parameters that can be tweaked, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Whereas on the bursting and smoothing side, all these things are taken automatically behind the scene by Microsoft for you. So let's try to understand search protection in the context of operations of Microsoft Fabric. And when it comes to operations of Fabric, it can be divided into two categories. You have interactive operations, and then you have the one which runs in the background. When it comes to interactive, these are the one which are initiated by user in the user interface. For example, if I want to create a report, a database, or even if I want to tweak or edit a report too. That can be all part of interactive operation, or even in case I'm not actively under the interacting with the user interface. For example, if I'm utilizing SQL Server Management Studio to run a DAX query, that can be also considered as interactive operation. Whereas on the background operation side, the user doesn't have to wait for that operation to be completed. For example, it can be schedule data flows, data refresh, or even backup and restore job. These can be all considered as background operations, right? But when it comes to search protection, we are dealing with background operations. And there are two parameters that can be tweaked. The number one is rejection threshold, and the other one is recovery threshold. Now, when it comes to rejection threshold, now the search protection will start, and what it's going to do is once that threshold is reached, it will stop accepting new background jobs, right? It will stop accepting new background job. Whereas on the recovery threshold, when this threshold is reached, then the background job will start again, right? These are the two parameters that can be configured. Obviously, as an administrator, you can send notification to the relevant Fabric administrator or whoever is the concern for those work. But these are the two parameters that can be tweaked from the portal, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Now, when it comes to monitoring, obviously monitoring is important category in this. This can be monitored on the monitoring tool. Obviously, you can use capacity metric app, and on the compute page, you can see under the system events, when these search protections start kicking in, right? So that can be all tracked under the system event page. Now, having said that, there's certain consideration that you need to be aware of. um, and as I mentioned, that these things are going to change certain things because as I mentioned, search prediction is a new feature. It's in preview right now, so certain things might change. But certain consideration to be understood over here, that even though search protection is enabled, it is not going to stop the operation which are running, right? Only the new operations in the context of background operations. So if there is a operation which is running and you have enabled search protection, and that's a background operation, that's not going to stop just because you have enabled search protection. Now, other thing is that it is not a guarantee that your interactive operations are going to be successful, right? So it's not a guarantee. So you need to track your fabric capacity and make utilize of all the monitoring tool, including capacity metric app. But just because search protection is enabled, it's not going to guarantee that whatever interactive operation. So if you have already reached the limit, and this limit has been consistently hitting your fabric capacity, there might be a time when those interactive operation will be also start getting rejecting. So you got to be on top of the game and make sure that you are monitoring these activities, both from the search protection perspective or even from the interactive operation. But your capacity metric app is a great way and a tool that you can go and utilize to keep a track of that. So that's what search protection will allow you to do, and keep a track of and control your background operations in this case. So where you go and tweak these parameters on the fabric portal site. So let me just flip over there. So as you can see, I'm logged in and I have the administrator capability. I can go to this gear icon, and if I go under governance and insight, I can go to the admin portal. And from the left plate, I can go under capacity settings, where you will see all the capacities which are there, whether they are Power BI Premium, Trial, Fabric capacity. Now, in this example, I'm utilizing the trial option. If I go and open this up, you can see that now there's a new tab, what is called Search Protection. And I can just go and check the spark, and I can tweak this number as per my requirement. So you have the background rejection threshold. So as I said, that once that limit is hit, the search protection will kick in, and it will start, it will make sure that new background operations are not getting accepted. And once it reaches this, then again it will make sure that the background operations are in place in this case. And you can also have the notification right over here sent, right? So whoever is the fabric capacity administrator, you'll get the notifications right when these parameters are reached. So this gives you an idea about you know how you can utilize this search protection within Microsoft Fabric. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.